Stephen Covey wrote a runaway bestseller titled The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This book has sold over 10 million copies worldwide. That's a lot of books. In the book, Covey lays out 7 proven principles for success. I have 2 specific goals for the next few minutes. My first goal is to give you an understanding of all 7 of the principles, and my second goal is for you to remember all 7 of the Stephen Covey principles of success in order, forever. How's that for a challenge? Let's get started. I want to go through each of the 7 now and tell you what I've learned from them. Number 1, be proactive. That's self-explanatory. It means you're taking the initiative. You're not living reactively to life, but you're taking a proactive stance in your life. Number 2, begin with the end in mind. Focus on the big picture end game. What do you want to accomplish? One suggestion is to imagine yourself sitting in the back of the room at your funeral, your own funeral, and listening to what people could honestly say about you based on where you are right now. Do you like what you hear? If not, change it. Number 3, do first things first. This means focus on your most important priorities, your top priorities. Number 4, think win-win. In personal, business, or other relationships, make both parties winners. Don't think win-lose. If they lose, you'll end up losing too. Number 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Communication is a two-way street. To develop win-win relationships, find out what the other parties want first, and then communicate what you want second. Number 6, synergize. Synergizing means working in a way where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and each part complements and strengthens the other. Number 7, sharpen the saw. There's an old story about a man who's sawing a log. The work is going slowly, and the man's tired. He's getting tired. He's exhausted. The more he saws, the less he cuts. Somebody sees this and suggests that the man take a break to sharpen the saw. But the man says he can't stop to sharpen the saw because he's too busy sawing. Highly effective people take the time they need to sharpen their tools, which are things like their bodies, their soul, their minds, and their hearts. These 7 are extremely powerful and life-changing habits. There's a reason this book sold millions of copies. Now it's the time to have some fun. Let's have some fun. We're going to use mnemonics to remember this information. Mnemonics are simply memory techniques. And the ones we're using today is the use of pictures to remember information. To begin with, I'm going to ask everybody to remember a silly little story. When I tell the story, try to create clear pictures in your mind to remember it. Our main character, and our first picture is a big burly professional football player, simply a pro. Imagine the football player running towards the goal line, and before he starts running, he has a picture of the end zone of the goalpost in his head. On top of the goalpost is a 100-foot first place trophy, a big first place trophy stapled to the goalpost. On top of this huge first place trophy are 2 men clasping hands in a victory sign. They're jumping up and down, and they hit their heads on top of something. They hit their heads on a huge hot dog stand that they're both standing under. Working in this hot dog stand are a bunch of Energizer bunnies running around. One of the Energizer bunnies is in the middle with a saw. He's trying to sharpen it. Congratulations. You just learned the 7 habits of highly effective people. You don't believe me? Let's step through them. The first picture is a pro football player. Habit number 1 is be proactive. The second picture is the end zone of the goalpost, the end zone. Habit number 2, begin with the end in mind. The third picture, on top of the goalpost is a first place trophy. Habit number 3, put first things first. The fourth picture, jumping on the first place trophy, 2 men. Doing what? Clasping hands. Habit number 4, think win-win. The fifth picture, 2 men standing under a hot dog stand. Habit number 5 is seek first to understand, then to be understood. The sixth picture, Working in the hot dog stand are 10 Energizer bunnies running around. Habit number 6, synergize. In the middle of the bunnies is one big, gigantic bunny sharpening the, guess what? Saw. Habit number 7, sharpen the saw. Develop your skills. Congratulations. You have just learned the 7 habits of highly effective people. Thanks for watching, and let us know what you think in the comments below. What have you learned? And don't forget, subscribe and visit selfgrowth.com. See you soon.